Picture a scene, not unlike the legendary tales of ancient alchemists, but set in the gleaming high-tech labs of Google DeepMind. A constellation of brilliant minds, not just tapping away at keyboards, but orchestrating a magnificent, self-tuning symphony of algorithms. Their challenge? A persistent thorn in the side of computer scientists for decades. How to create truly optimal code. Code that doesn't just work, but sings with unparalleled efficiency and ingenuity. And then, from the crucible of their collective genius, emerged AlphaEvolve. It's more than just a tool. It's a living, breathing, self-evolving AI coding agent that doesn't just assist, it invents. Think of the familiar tools we use today. GitHub Copilot, a brilliant copilot that suggests code snippets and helps squash bugs. OpenAI's Codex, a powerful aid for code generation and understanding. They are invaluable partners to developers, amplifying human capability. But AlphaEvolve takes a seismic leap, a quantum leap forward that redefines the very essence of what AI can achieve. In the realm of creation, it's a system that, leveraging the immense power of Google's Gemini 2.0 models, autonomously generates, rigorously tests, and meticulously refines algorithms. The astounding result? Solutions that are not merely competent, but are frequently superior to the very best human efforts, pushing the boundaries of what was previously thought possible. This isn't about writing code faster, it's about writing code better than we ever could on its own terms. Why should this breakthrough, born in the abstract world of algorithms, matter to you sitting right where you are? Think about the digital heartbeat of your daily life. Every interaction, every tap, every swipe on your smartphone or smart device relies on intricate algorithms humming beneath the surface. Your navigation app seamlessly guiding you through traffic. Your streaming service effortlessly delivering crystal-clear content. Even the AI that anticipates your needs in your smart home. They all depend on complex algorithms that dictate their speed, efficiency, and resource consumption. AlphaEvolve's profound ability to optimize these hidden engines of our digital world translates directly into tangible benefits for you. Imagine apps that load instantaneously, services that respond without a flicker of delay, and the collective digital infrastructure operating with dramatically reduced energy consumption. This isn't just about convenience. It's about a leaner, greener, more sustainable technological future. Consider for a moment the immense scale of Google's operations. Their global compute resources are staggering, powering everything from your search queries to YouTube videos. AlphaEvolve has already demonstrated its power by subtly, yet significantly tweaking Google's internal Borg cluster management system, a foundational piece of their infrastructure. The result? A remarkable 0.7% saving in global compute resources. Now, 0.7% might sound like a mere whisper in the grand scheme of things, but for a company the size of Google, that whisper translates into millions of dollars in operational savings each year. More importantly, it represents a substantial step toward a greener, more environmentally responsible tech industry, reducing the carbon footprint of the digital world we inhabit. This powerful concept isn't limited to the colossal scale of tech giants. Imagine applying that same relentless pursuit of efficiency to your own life. What if you could reclaim an additional 0.7% of your day? That might seem like a tiny fraction, but it adds up. It's the difference between feeling constantly rushed and finding a moment of calm. It's the equivalent of having an extra few minutes to yourself, or to dedicate to a passion project, or simply to breathe a little deeper. But here's the true marvel of AlphaEvolve, the kicker that transcends mere efficiency. It's not just about optimizing existing systems, it's about pure, unadulterated discovery. This AI isn't simply following instructions, it's blazing new trails into uncharted mathematical territories. It has tackled over 50 long-standing open math problems, the kind that have stumped human mathematicians for decades, sometimes even centuries, and its performance is astounding. It matches the best-known human solutions an impressive 75% of the time, and in a truly astonishing 20% of cases, it surpasses them. From the intricate complexities of the 300-year-old kissing number problem, a seemingly abstract puzzle with profound real-world implications, to the foundational computations of matrix multiplication, AlphaEvolve is pushing boundaries that humans, even with their formidable intellects and centuries of collective knowledge, simply couldn't cross alone. It's an explorer, a pioneer, venturing into the mathematical wilderness and bringing back new insights and more elegant truths. This isn't just about faster algorithms, it's about unlocking new knowledge, expanding the very frontiers of human understanding. Think about a time you tried to solve a truly complex problem, perhaps a creative block, a tricky logical puzzle, or even organizing a vast amount of information. You likely didn't just stumble upon the answer. You iterated. You brainstormed ideas, tested different approaches, refined your hypotheses, and perhaps even started from scratch a few times. AlphaEvolve does this at lightning speed, with the precision and brute force of a supercomputer, but also with an almost artistic ability to find novel pathways. Try applying this iterative, discovery-driven mindset to your next big project. Don't just settle for the first solution that comes to mind. Break it down into small, solvable components. Experiment with different ideas. Test each one rigorously, and be open to entirely new approaches based on what works and what doesn't. You'll be genuinely amazed at the depth and elegance of the solutions you can uncover. So how does this astonishing algorithmic alchemist actually work its magic? At its core, AlphaEvolve operates much like a master chef. But instead of refining a culinary recipe, it's perfecting a computational one. The journey begins with a human, acting as the visionary culinary director, providing the initial ingredients, a clearly defined problem statement, perhaps some starter code to give it a direction, and, this is the crucial element, the secret sauce, a set of precise evaluation metrics. These metrics are the North Star, guiding AlphaEvolve to optimize the generated code against specific, measurable goals, be it lightning speed, pinpoint accuracy, or minimal resource consumption. Without these clear benchmarks, AlphaEvolve would be a chef without a palate, unable to judge its own creations. Once the goal is set, the system leverages the formidable power of two distinct, yet complementary Google Gemini models. Think of them as a dynamic duo, each playing a vital role in the creative process. First, there's the nimble Gemini 2.0 Flash. This model is the brilliant, rapid-fire brainstorming buddy, capable of generating a torrent of diverse ideas and code variations with incredible speed. It's the free associating genius, exploring every possible avenue. Then, the robust Gemini 2.0 Pro steps in. This is the meticulous editor, the deep, insightful refiner. It takes the raw brilliance from Flash and carefully analyzes, critiques, and hones it, ensuring precision and robustness. It's like having a visionary architect and a painstaking structural engineer working in perfect tandem. But here's where the process truly transcends traditional programming and enters the realm of the wild and wonderful. AlphaEvolve doesn't just spit out a single piece of code. It employs an evolutionary framework, a concept directly inspired by nature itself, by the very processes that shaped life on Earth. It embarks on a continuous cycle of creation and selection. It generates multiple code variations, a diverse population of algorithmic offspring. Each of these variations is then rigorously tested against the predefined evaluation metrics. The code snippets that perform best, the fittest in this algorithmic ecosystem, are kept and celebrated. These survivors then become the progenitors for the next generation. They are subjected to processes akin to natural selection, mutation, where small random changes are introduced to their code, potentially leading to novel improvements. And crossbreeding, where successful code segments from different parents are combined, creating new, hybrid solutions that blend the best of both worlds. This relentless cycle of generation, testing, selection, mutation, and crossbreeding iterates over thousands, sometimes tens of thousands of cycles. This process, aptly dubbed evolutionary computation, beautifully mimics natural selection, ensuring that only the most robust, efficient, and ingenious algorithms survive and proliferate. It's not just coding, it's algorithmic evolution in fast forward. Let's zoom out from the theoretical mechanics and witness AlphaEvolve in thrilling action, delivering tangible, game-changing feats in the real world. Think about Google's vast network of data centers, the literal backbone of digital life, silently crunching data 24/7 to power everything from your search queries to your favorite YouTube videos. These are labyrinthine complexes of servers, consuming immense amounts of energy and resources. AlphaEvolve stepped in, not with a sledgehammer, but with the precision of a master artisan, optimizing Google's intricate Borg system, which manages these global compute resources. The result? A recovery of a staggering 0.7% of Google's global compute resources. That's like finding a treasure chest of spare change hidden in a billionaire's couch. Except this spare change represents millions of dollars in operational savings and a monumental stride towards a greener planet. This efficiency means faster, more responsive services for you and a significantly reduced environmental footprint for our digital world. But AlphaEvolve's prowess extends beyond software and into the very hardware that powers our digital future. Consider chip design, an intensely complex field where every nanometer and every picosecond matters. AlphaEvolve boldly rewrote fundamental parts of Google's tensor processing units, TPUs, in Verilog, a notoriously challenging hardware description. Language. It made these specialized AI chips leaner, meaner, and more efficient. These critical changes are now seamlessly integrated into Google's next-generation Ironwood TPUs, directly leading to faster and more efficient AI computations that will power the next wave of innovation. And here's where the recursive magic truly shines. AlphaEvolve didn't just optimize external systems. It went inward, optimizing the very matrix multiplication kernels used to train Gemini itself, the AI model that powers AlphaEvolve. This recursive self-improvement cut Gemini's training time by a significant 1%. That might sound small, but imagine an Olympic athlete shaving 1% off their sprint time. It's a monumental achievement that makes the next race, the next training cycle, even faster and more efficient. It's a perpetual engine of improvement. And AlphaEvolve's reach isn't confined to the bleeding edge of tech. It's venturing into the timeless realm of pure mathematics, tackling puzzles that have baffled humanity for centuries. Take the kissing number problem, specifically in 11-dimensional space, a fascinating 300-year-old geometric puzzle about how many identical spheres can touch a central sphere without any overlaps. This seemingly abstract problem has profound implications for fields like materials science, how atoms pack together, and cryptography, efficient data encoding. Human mathematicians had painstakingly established a lower bound of 592. AlphaEvolve, with its evolutionary approach, meticulously explored the vast solution space and miraculously raised that lower bound to 593. This wasn't just a slight tweak, it was a fundamental breakthrough, a feat that even the most expert human mathematicians hadn't achieved, despite centuries of dedicated effort. Now let's delve into the absolute core of what makes AlphaEvolve a game-changer. The revolutionary heart that sets it apart. It's recursive self-improvement. It doesn't just solve problems and move on. It learns how to solve problems better, constantly evolving its own methodology. This isn't just about output. It's about the very engine of creation itself. The magic happens through a meticulously curated evolutionary database. Every successful prompt, every ingenious program, every optimized algorithm that AlphaEvolve creates and validates is carefully stored in this ever-growing repository. It's like a master chef who meticulously documents every winning recipe, every groundbreaking technique, and then uses that accumulated wisdom to craft even more exquisite dishes. AlphaEvolve literally learns from its past successes, making it demonstrably smarter, more efficient, and more creative with each successive iteration. This database, growing exponentially with every successful algorithm and every solved problem, holds the potential to one day rival the ancient library of Alexandria in terms of sheer intellectual wealth, but in a dynamically accessible, constantly evolving digital form. Especially with Gemini's potential for an astounding 10 million token context window, an unheard-of capacity to recall and process vast amounts of information simultaneously, imagine the boundless possibilities. A living, breathing, vast repository of optimized code and algorithmic solutions, instantly accessible and interpretable by future generations of AI models. And here's the true mind-blower: the elegantly terrifying beauty of the system. AlphaEvolve's hard-won improvements and insights can be meticulously distilled and integrated directly into the very next generation of Gemini models. This means the AI that powers AlphaEvolve becomes inherently better at understanding problems, generating creative solutions, and refining code. And a more capable Gemini, in turn, powers an even more sophisticated, more efficient, and more ingenious AlphaEvolve. It's a self-sustaining, self-accelerating flywheel of intelligence, spinning faster and generating even more profound breakthroughs with each revolutionary cycle. This breathtaking recursive loop fundamentally challenges and, arguably, disproves the long-held notion that large language models, LLMs, might eventually hit a dead end. Critics once argued that LLMs would inevitably plateau, limited by the finite amount of training data and the sheer computational power required. AlphaEvolve, however, stands as a powerful testament to the opposite. It emphatically proves that iterative, self-referential improvement, where an AI enhances the very AI that created it, can unlock entirely new frontiers of capability and intelligence. It's not just about producing better code, it's about architecting better AI, which in turn could lead to truly unprecedented breakthroughs across a myriad of fields, from accelerating drug discovery for devastating diseases to engineering revolutionary new materials, and far, far beyond. For all its profound brilliance and groundbreaking capabilities, AlphaEvolve is not, and for the foreseeable future will not be, a magic wand that autonomously solves all of humanity's problems. It exists and thrives in a symbiotic relationship with human intelligence, and its effectiveness is intrinsically tied to human guidance and input. The most critical reliance on human input lies in the initial stages: the definition of the problem itself and the crucial provision of clear, unambiguous evaluation metrics. Without these, AlphaEvolve is akin to a master chef without a recipe or a discerning palate. It simply cannot cook. It needs precise goals to optimize against. This limitation becomes most evident in fields like the natural sciences, where complex experiments often require hands-on manipulation of physical test tubes, intricate lab equipment, and real-world observation, not merely abstract simulations. While AlphaEvolve can accelerate and optimize algorithms for drug discovery simulations, it cannot yet, and may never, replace the nuanced dexterity and intuitive observation of a human working at a lab bench. There's also a charming, almost endearing quirkiness to its current operational prompts. Even in the technologically advanced year of 2025, we are still communicating with this cutting-edge AI by telling it to act as an expert software developer, or to suggest improvements based on your knowledge. It's a delightful reminder that even the most advanced technological marvels still require a human linguistic bridge, a set of instructions tailored to their current understanding of the world. And while AlphaEvolve demonstrates an astounding capacity to optimize parts of itself and its processes, it cannot yet conjure itself into existence from scratch. As DeepMind's insightful CEO, Demis Hassabis, eloquently notes, "We have systems that are superhuman at Go, but they couldn't invent Go." This profound statement underscores a fundamental truth. Humans are still the originators, the ones who define the game, who set the rules, and who provide the initial spark of creativity. For now at least, humans remain firmly in the driver's seat of innovation. The journey for Google DeepMind with AlphaEvolve is far from over. In many ways, it's just beginning. Their ambitious plans include a significant expansion of AlphaEvolve's reach, venturing beyond core computing and into the vast landscapes of the natural sciences, seeking to unlock new discoveries in physics, chemistry, and biology, as well as optimizing complex business applications across various industries. An early access program for academics is already in the works, poised to democratize this astonishing technology for researchers worldwide. Imagine scientists using AlphaEvolve not just to optimize algorithms for drug discovery, but to design new materials with unprecedented properties, or to revolutionize global supply chains with unparalleled efficiency. The possibilities truly seem boundless. However, with such immense power comes equally immense responsibility, and ethical considerations loom large on the horizon. As AI systems become increasingly autonomous and capable of independent invention, critical questions of oversight, accountability, and equitable access inevitably arise. Will AlphaEvolve, and technologies like it, remain primarily confined to the sprawling data centers of big tech companies? Or will it empower smaller players, individual innovators, and developing nations to leapfrog traditional barriers? DeepMind's stated commitment to avoiding military applications of this technology is a commendable and crucial start, but broader, more comprehensive ethical frameworks for the responsible development and deployment of advanced AI are desperately needed. On a global scale, and as AlphaEvolve's Library of Alexandria, its vast database of optimized code and learned wisdom, continues to grow, so too does its potential to fundamentally reshape industries, economies, and societies, provided that humans continue to steer the ship with wisdom, foresight, and a profound sense of purpose. AlphaEvolve's remarkable story is far more than just a captivating tech tale. It's a profound, universal lesson in the power of relentless iteration, precise optimization, and intelligent collaboration. First and foremost, embrace iteration. Whether you're tackling a complex work project, pursuing a personal goal, or simply trying to improve a daily habit, adopt a growth mindset. Don't fear failure. See it as invaluable data. Test your ideas, observe the results, learn from what didn't work, and relentlessly refine your approach. Every attempt makes you better, smarter, and closer to your optimal solution. Second, set clear metrics. Success is far easier to achieve when you know precisely what it looks like. Just as AlphaEvolve relies on exact evaluation metrics to guide its optimization, define clear, measurable goals for your own endeavors. What does better truly mean in your context? Is it faster, more accurate, more efficient, more joyful? Quantify it where you can, and use those metrics as your guiding stars. Finally, combine strengths. AlphaEvolve thrives not in isolation, but because it intelligently leverages the immense processing power of AI with the initial creative spark and guiding wisdom of human intelligence. In your own life, don't shy away from tools, whether it's a simple pen and paper, a sophisticated app, a journal, or an AI assistant. These are not replacements for your ingenuity, but powerful partners in progress, amplifying your potential. Collaborate with them, leverage their strengths, and let them free you to focus on the unique human elements of creativity, empathy, and strategic thinking. For you, this means approaching every challenge not as a fixed obstacle, but as an opportunity to evolve. Keep a meticulous record of what works, what doesn't, and why. Let each attempt be a stepping stone, building upon the last. And crucially, stay curious, stay experimental, and remember that just like AlphaEvolve, your capacity for growth and improvement is truly boundless. If this exploration into the dawn of AlphaEvolve has sparked your curiosity and ignited your imagination, I invite you to hit that subscribe button for more captivating tales of tech, innovation, and the future of human potential. Share your thoughts in the comments below. What's a real-world problem, big or small, that you'd love AlphaEvolve to tackle in your own life or for the betterment of our world?